Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, December 20th.
The rain over the weekend helped keep Flagler County a little quieter.
Rain over the weekend kept the criminals at bay in Flagler County. Amy Cherry has our top story.
Flagler County deputies handled more than 730 calls for service, made more than 120 traffic stops, and a few people wound up behind bars. Sheriff Rick Staley highlighted the Friday arrest of a 13-year-old Indian Trails middle school student.
A juvenile made threats to kill another juvenile on Snapchat.
He issued a familiar plea.
Parents, I again remind you to talk to your children on how to properly handle disputes and de-escalate, and know what they're doing on social media platforms. Be the sheriff in your home, or we will be the sheriff for your child, which we don't like doing.
In another case, Brian Toohey was arrested following a traffic stop near Old Kings Road and Palm Coast Parkway early Saturday morning.
The deputy conducted a traffic stop and found a fugitive with narcotics. He was wanted for pretrial release with the original charge of domestic battery.
Police say they found meth and drug paraphernalia in his vehicle, resulting in additional charges. Then Sunday morning, deputies handcuffed Clarence Sexton at the I-95 State Road 100 interchange.
Another fugitive from justice tried to hide their identity by lying to deputies during a traffic stop. Unfortunately for the fugitive, he obviously didn't ID technology. And when the fingerprint scanner came to the scene of the traffic stop, he was identified as a fugitive from Texas.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
A lot of folks don't know that we have a critically endangered animal in Florida's waters, and we need your help to protect them.
Matanzas Riverkeeper Jen Lumberg tells Liz Ryan what those animals in need of protection are.
North Atlantic right whales. True to their name, they spend most of their time up north, but
every fall, many right whale mothers will travel more than 1,000 miles to the south to give births to their calves. So around this time of year, we start to see right whales off the coast of Florida. Unfortunately, if we don't make some changes, there is a chance that our children won't have the opportunity to see right whales because North Atlantic right whales are critically endangered. There are less than 350 remaining.
What's the number one threat to right whales?
Humans, vessel strikes, and entanglement in fishing gear.
The good news is those situations are avoidable, and Jen has some tips.
Go slow. That gives you time to react if you see something in the water, whether it's a whale or some other object. Post a lookout. Keep an eye out for whales. Look for black objects in the water, unusual or persistent white water, or splashes. Another tip is just to avoid boating in the dark or during other times when visibility is poor or when the water is really rough. If you see a whale, slow down or put your engine in neutral and slowly leave the area. But it's not just boaters that can do their part to help right whales. Because these whales come so close to shore, they can often encounter jet skis or paddle boards or even drones. And it's important that people never pursue a right whale. And finally, we encourage folks to report whale sightings and collisions immediately to the U.S. Coast Guard on Marine VHF Channel 16.
You can also call 1-877-WHALE-HELP. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
How do you become a good listener?
Joshua Russell, who started Dark Side Sports, which is a nonprofit youth and mental health organization, said that if kids in his program are having a tough time at home, he and his staff are there to listen.
Just being able to understand and kind of relate to where they are in those certain situations, which is why I said, like, for us, especially within our organization, like the demographic that we service a lot, we almost can relate directly to those kids.
Russell said that kids are not necessarily impoverished, but may not have parents at home because those parents are working 2, maybe 3 jobs to pay the bills. Today with Pastor Jay is on WNZF on Sunday mornings at 8, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, so many questions. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.